Hello children, today I am going to discuss chapter number 1 Matter from the book Concise Physics Middle School of class 6 ICSE board. Now let's get started with chapter summary, that is synopsis of the chapter Matter. Matter is the substance which occupies space and has mass. The three states of matter are solid, liquid, gas. वो सब्सटेंस जो कि स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई करता है और जिसका वेट होता है उसे मैटर बोलते हैं। और 3 तरीके का मैटर होता है, उसकी 3 स्टेट्स होती हैं मैटर की, सॉलिड स्टेट, लिक्विड एंड गैस। मैटर इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स। अ मॉलिक्यूल इज द स्मॉलेस्ट पार्टिकल विच कैन एग्जिस्ट फ्रीली in nature by itself, and it retains the properties of the substance. All the molecules of a substance are identical, but the molecules of different substances are different. A molecule is very small in size, and the size is written. The molecules are separated from each other with spaces called intermolecular spaces. The molecules in a substance are held together by the forces acting between the molecules, which are called the intermolecular forces. The force of attraction between the molecules of the same substance is called the force of cohesion, while the force of attraction between the molecules of two substances, different substances, is called the force of adhesion. The forces of cohesion and adhesion are effective only when the separation between the molecules the dimension is given. When the separation becomes more, they vanish. The molecules in a substance are not at rest, but they are constantly in motion. In a solid, the molecules are rigid. The intermolecular spacing is least. The intermolecular forces are strongest, and the molecules remain in their fixed positions. They vibrate to and fro about their main positions, but they do not leave their positions. So a solid has a definite shape and a definite volume. In a liquid, the molecules are not rigid. The intermolecular spacing is more than that in solids. The intermolecular forces are weak, and the molecules are free to move within the boundary of the liquid. So the liquid has a definite volume, but it does not have a definite shape. In gases, the molecules are not rigid. The intermolecular spacing is more than that in solids and liquids. The intermolecular forces are weakest, and the molecules are free to move anywhere in space. So the gas has neither a definite volume nor a definite shape. Activity 2. Classify 20 objects around you as solids, liquids and gases. Solids: ice, aluminium, silver, calcium, gold, iron, sodium, chloride, sugar, wood. Liquids: water, benzene, chloroform, oil, honey, glycerin, hydrochloric acid, alcohol, Dettol. Gases: steam, air, oxygen, hydrogen, chlorine, nitrogen, ammonia, helium, argon. Test yourself. Objective questions. Write true or false for each statement. A. The molecules of each substance are identical. False. B. The intermolecular forces are effective at all distances between the two molecules. Answer is false. C. The molecules in a substance arc in random motion. True. D. In a gas, the molecules can move anywhere in space. Answer is true. E. The liquids are less viscous than the gases. Answer is false. 2. Fill in the blanks. A. All the molecules of a substance are identical. B. The intermolecular spacing is least in solids, more in liquids, and still more in gases. C. The molecular motion in liquid and gas is in zigzag path. D. In a solid, the molecules vibrate to and fro, but they remain at their fixed positions. E. The intermolecular forces are weakest in gases. F. A solid exerts pressure downwards on its base. G. The gases are least dense. H. A solid is most rigid. 3. Select the correct alternative. A. The diameter of a molecule is approximately. Answer is 3, 10 to the power minus 10 m. B. The intermolecular forces are strongest in. Answer is 1, solids. C. The molecules. Answer is number 3, in a liquid move within its boundary. D. The solids are. Answer is more dense. E. The intermolecular forces in liquids are. Answer is 3, weaker than in solids. Match the following columns. Column A and column B are given. Let's discuss about A. A molecule is composed of. Answer is 3 atoms. B. Ice, water and water vapor. Answer is 4 are the 3 states of water. C. An atom. Answer is 1 does not exist free in nature. D. Gases. Answer is 5 occupy space. E. The molecules of a solid. Answer is 2 can vibrate only up to about 10 to the power minus 10 m from their mean position. B. Short long answer questions. Question number 1. Define matter. What is its composition? Answer is matter is defined as anything which occupies space and has mass. It can be perceived by our sense of smell, touch, sight, hearing and taste. Matter is composed of tiny particles known as atoms. Question number 2. Name the 3 states of matter. Answer is the 3 states of matter are solids, liquids and gases. Solids. A solid has a definite shape and definite volume. Example: wood, stone, iron, ice, etc. Liquid. A liquid has a definite volume but not definite shape. Example: water, juice, milk, oil, etc. Gases. A gas neither has definite shape nor a definite volume. Example: air, hydrogen, oxygen, water vapor, etc. Please make a note, water vapor is gases. Question 3. What is a molecule? Answer: the smallest unit of matter which can exist independently is called molecule. Example: oxygen molecule O2 made up of 2 O atoms. Question 4. What is the approximate size of a molecule? Answer is matter is made up of molecules which are very small in size and the approximate size is 10 to the power minus 9 m. Question number 5. 1 liter of water has 6.02 into 10 to the power 26 molecules. Estimate the size of a molecule, and here is the solution for the same. Question number 6. What do you mean by intermolecular spacing? Answer is intermolecular space is the space between any 2 consecutive molecules of a substance is called intermolecular space. Question number 7. Describe a simple experiment to illustrate the existence of intermolecular spacing. Answer is take 100 ml of water in a measuring cylinder. Add 20 gram of salt in water gently and stir it well so as to dissolve the salt well in water. It is noticed that the level of water does not change. It shows that the particles of salt occupy spaces between the particles of water, and here is the experiment shown. The particles of salt occupy the spaces between the particles of water and the level of water does not increase after adding the salt. Question number 8. What do you mean by intermolecular forces? Answer is intermolecular force of attraction. The force of attraction between the molecules, like molecules or unlike molecules, is called intermolecular force of attraction. Question 9. What are the forces of cohesion and adhesion? Answer is the force of attraction between the molecules of similar kind is called force of cohesion. Example: the forces between water molecules. This force of cohesion keep the molecules of the substance bind together. Now the force of attraction between the different types of molecules is called the force of adhesion. Example: when a glass filled with water is emptied, some water particles remain stuck to the glass due to the adhesion between water molecules and glass. Question 10. State three characteristics of molecules of matter. Answer is: the particles of matter called molecules have the following characteristics. Number 1. They are very small in size. Number 2. They have spaces between them. Number 3. They are in constant random motion. Number 4. They always attract each other. Question number 11. State the approximate spacing between two molecules of a matter. Answer: the spacing between particles of a matter is called the intermolecular spaces or the intermolecular space. Question number 12. How do the solids, liquids and gases differ in their following properties? A. Size. B. Shape. C. Density. Answer is size. Solids, they have definite size. Liquids, indefinite. Gases, indefinite. Shape, solids, they have definite shape. Liquids, indefinite. Gases, indefinite. Density, solids are highly dense. Liquids less denser than solids. Gases less denser than liquids and solids. Question 13. The molecules in a substance are in motion. What type of path do they follow? Answer: the particles in a substance are not at rest. They are in motion and they move randomly in all the possible directions in a zigzag path. Question 14. Describe a simple experiment to illustrate that molecules are not at rest but they move constantly. Answer: take a beaker, fill it partly with water. Add some lycopodium powder in the beaker containing water. Stir the contents of the beaker with a glass rod. Take out few drops of this suspension on a glass plate. Place it on the table and illuminate it with a table lamp. Observe the glass plate through a microscope. It is found that the fine particles of lycopodium powder move rapidly in a random manner and their path is zigzag as shown in figure below. Zigzag path of fine particle of lycopodium powder is shown in the figure. Question 15. Write down 5 general properties of solids, liquids and gases. Answer: solids. Number 1. The molecules here are very tightly packed, having negligible or very less intermolecular space. Number 2. They have the strongest intermolecular force of attraction. Number 3. The molecules have very small vibration about their mean position, that is small amplitude. 4. They have a definite shape and volume. 5. They are generally hard and rigid. 6. They are good conductors of heat. Liquids. Number 1. Molecules are less tightly packed. 2. The intermolecular force of attraction is less than that of solids. 3. The molecules here can move from one place to another. 4. Do not have any particular shape of their own and thus acquire the shape of the vessel. Number 5. A particular quantity of a liquid has a definite volume at a given temperature. Gases. Number 1. The force of attraction between the molecules is the least. Number 2. The intermolecular space is the largest. Number 3. Neither have a definite shape nor a definite volume. 4. The molecules move independently. 5. Worst conductors of heat. Question 16. Give the molecular model for a solid and use it to explain why a solid has a definite volume and a definite shape. And here is the answer, and you can make this label diagram. Molecules of a solid arrange closely and are in a definite manner, not free to move. Here the molecules are very tightly packed, that there is no or very less intermolecular space. And there is high intermolecular force of attraction, force of cohesion. The molecules do not move about their mean position and thus solids have a definite shape and volume. Question number 17. Describe the molecular model for a liquid. How does it explain that a liquid has no definite shape but has a definite volume? And here is the diagram. Molecules of a liquid arranged less closely are free to move about within the liquid. Here the molecules are less tightly packed as compared to solids, and also there is lesser force of intermolecular attraction. The intermolecular distance is greater than that in the solids, thus they do not have a definite shape but acquire the shape of the vessel in which they are contained but have a definite volume at a given temperature. Question 18. A gas has neither a definite volume nor a definite shape. Describe the molecular model to explain it. Answer. Here the molecules are far apart from each other, that is, have the greatest intermolecular distance, which result into the weakest intermolecular forces of attraction. The molecules are not bound by any strong force, move about freely, and thus gases do not have a definite shape and also do not have any definite volume. Here is the diagram which shows molecules of a gas are far apart and are free to move about. Random motion of molecules is also shown. Question number 19. Distinguish between the three states of matter, solid, liquid and gas, on the basis of their molecular models. Answer. Solids. Vibration of a molecule about its mean position, and the diagram. Here the molecules are very tightly packed, that there is no or very less intermolecular space, and there is high intermolecular force of attraction, force of cohesion. The molecules do not move about their mean position, and thus solids have a definite shape and volume. Liquids, the diagram is shown, motion of molecules is shown. Here the molecules are less tightly packed as compared to solids, and also there is lesser force of intermolecular attraction. The intermolecular distance is greater than that in the solids, thus they do not have a definite shape but acquire the shape of the vessel in which they are contained but have a definite volume at a given temperature. Gases, diagram is shown, random motion of molecules is shown. Here the molecules are far apart from each other, that is, have the greatest intermolecular distance, which result into the weakest intermolecular forces of attraction. The molecules, as are not bound by any strong force, move about freely, and thus gases do not have a definite shape and also do not have any definite volume. Question 20. Distinguish between solids, liquids and gases on the basis of their following properties: A. Compressibility, B. Fluidity, C. Rigidity, D. Expansion on heating. Now let's discuss the answer. On the basis of A. Compressibility, solids are not compressible, liquids negligibly compressible, gases highly compressible. B. On the basis of fluidity, solids not possible, liquids can flow, gases can flow. C. On the basis of rigidity, solids highly rigid, liquids less rigid, gases not rigid. D. Expansion on heating, solids low, liquids more than solids, gases more than liquids. Question number 21. What do you mean by the change of state of matter? Explain. A. The change of a solid into a liquid at a constant temperature, and B. The change of the liquid into a gas at a constant temperature. Answer. The change in state of matter of a substance from solid to liquid or from liquid to gas is brought by imparting heat energy to it at a constant temperature. A. The process of change of a substance from solid state into its liquid state on absorption of heat at a particular temperature, called the melting point, is called melting or fusion, that is, solids melting or heat absorbed liquid. B. The process of change of a substance from a liquid state to its gaseous state at a particular temperature, called the boiling point, is called the boiling or vaporization, that is, liquid boiling or heat absorbed and it changes into gas. Additional questions. Question number 1. Define matter. Answer. Anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. Question 2. What is volume? Answer. The amount of space occupied by a matter is called its volume. Moving ahead to the next question, that is question number 3. What is mass? Answer. Mass is the quantity of matter contained in the body. Question 4. If an object weighs 6 kg on earth, what will it be its weight on moon? Answer. Weight of a body on moon is 1/6 of its weight on earth. So body will weigh 1/6 into 6, that is 1 kg on moon. Okay. Now, question 5. If an object is taken to the moon from the earth, what will be its mass? Answer is mass of a body does not change with change in gravity. So, mass of a body will remain the same on moon. Question number 6. Name the smallest particle from which matter is made up. Answer is the smallest particle from which matter is made up is atom. Question 7. What are molecules? Answer. Molecules are made of atoms. Molecules exhibit the properties of that kind of matter and has independent existence. Question number 8. Give one difference between atoms and molecules. Answer. Atoms may or may not have independent existence. Molecules have independent existence. Question number 9. Define A. Intermolecular force of attraction. B. Intermolecular space. Answer. The molecules of matter are always in motion and attract each other with a force called intermolecular force of attraction due to which they are held together. B. Answer. The molecules can move only when there are gaps or space between them. This space is called intermolecular space. So here is a correction. Children, please make a note in the question. It is not intermodular, it is intermolecular force of attraction, and B also intermolecular space. Okay, it is not intermodular, so there is a correction. Now moving ahead to question number 10. Classify the following into solids, liquids and gases. Oxygen, milk, common salt, wax, stone, water vapor, carbon dioxide, sugar, mercury, coal, blood, butter, copper, coconut oil, kerosene. Answers. Let's discuss. Solids, common salt, wax, stone, sugar, coal, butter, copper are solids. Liquids, milk, mercury, blood, coconut oil, kerosene is solids. Gases, oxygen, water vapor, it's together, it's not different, so there's a correction. Water vapor, carbon dioxide and oxygen. Now moving ahead to question number 11. Why do solids, liquids and gases differ in their physical states? Answer. 1. Intermolecular force of attraction. Number 2. Intermolecular spaces are two important properties of matter that account for the different states of matter. So question number 12. What are fluids? Give two examples. Answer. Substances that can flow are called fluids. For example, gases, oxygen, hydrogen, and liquids, water, petrol, sulfuric acid. Question number 13. Define interconversion of states of matter. Answer. The process by which matter changes from one state to another and back to original state without any change in its chemical composition is called interconversion of states of matter. Question number 14. What are the two conditions for the interconversion of states of matter? Answer. The two conditions are change in number 1 temperature, number 2 pressure. Question 15. How a liquid changes into its gaseous state? Explain. Answer. As the liquid is heated, its particles starts gaining energy and move more vigorously, which increases the gaps between the particles and decreasing the force of attraction. Ultimately, a liquid changes into gaseous state. Question number 16. Water cycle is an example of interconversion of states of matter. Explain. This is important, children. Answer is water from oceans, rivers, lakes, from leaves of trees. Transpiration changes into vapors when temperature increases or evaporates and enters the atmosphere as clouds. When temperature falls, the vapors change into water, and some of it is in the form of snowfall on mountains, and earth in the form of water and hails, and in this continues. Thus water cycle is example of interconversion of states of water. You can also draw a diagram showing the water cycle, and it will give a greater impact and more understanding to the concept. Question number 17. State the general properties of a solid. Answer. General properties of a solid are: number 1. Solids are hard, that is, they have a definite shape and volume. Number 2. Solids are generally incompressible. Number 3. Solids are rigid, that is, they do not flow. Question 18. What is the relation between intermolecular space and intermolecular force? Answer. The force of attraction between the molecules of a given substance is called intermolecular force, and the space between these molecules is called intermolecular space. The basic relation between the two is that they are inversely proportional to each other. More is the intermolecular force, lesser is the intermolecular space, and vice versa. Question 19. Why liquids do not have a definite shape? Answer. Molecules of a liquid are held by weak intermolecular forces. This force is strong enough to hold the molecules together but not strong enough to hold them at fixed positions. As a result, liquids have a fixed volume but not shape. Question 20. What happens when a solid is heated? Answer. When a solid is heated, its molecules gain energy and vibrate faster. A stage comes when they overcome intermolecular force of attraction and start moving from each other. This results in melting of solid. Question 21. Give reasons for the following. Answer. Gases can be compressed easily. Answer. The reason for this property of gases is that there is a very large intermolecular space between gas molecules. On mere applying pressure, they are easily compressed. Question 2. Liquids can flow easily. Give reason. Answer. In liquids, intermolecular force is weaker than that of solids, so molecules in a liquid can slip over one another. Liquids can flow unlike solids. 3. We need to classify things. Answer. We need to classify things in order to distinguish them. In this way, things can be categorized and can be easily studied. 4. Pure substances have fixed melting or boiling points. Answer. Pure substances consist of only one kind of matter. All the particles of a pure substance are alike. It has a definite composition and similar properties. This is the reason that pure substances have fixed melting or boiling points. 5. Electricity is not considered matter. Answer. Electricity neither has mass nor it occupies space. Besides, it cannot be seen by our eyes. This is why electricity is not considered matter. Question 22. Define the following terms. 1. Matter. 2. Intermolecular force. 3. Element. 4. Atom. 5. Molecule. 1. Matter. Anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. 2. Intermolecular force. The force of attraction between the molecules of a given substance is called intermolecular force. 3. Element. It is defined as that pure substance which contains only one type of atoms, for example hydrogen, chlorine. 4. Atom. An atom is the smallest part of an element that takes place in a chemical reaction. 5. Molecule. A molecule is the smallest part of a compound that exists independently. Question 23. Write your observation and conclusion for the following. Number 1. When a small stone is gently dipped into a glass filled with water. Number 2. When one of the balloons suspended to the meter scale is punctured while other remains inflated. Answer. 1. You will see that some water flows out of the tumbler and collects in the bowl. So what will be done next? Remove the stone from the tumble. The level of water in the tumbler comes down. Now pour the water collected in the bowl back into the tumbler. The glass tumbler is filled again. This is because the stone occupied space and therefore dries the water out of the tumbler. This proves that not only solids but liquids also occupy space. 2. Take two similar balloons and inflate them equally. Suspend one balloon to the left of a meter scale and the other one to the right of it, as shown in the figure below. Balance the scale in the middle with the help of a peg. You can check the figure in your chapter and make it along with it. Question 24. Give reasons. Why do liquids and gases flow but solids do not? Answer. The molecules of liquids and gases are far apart, that is, have no gaps. Intermolecular attraction force is very less as compared to solids. Hence, liquids and gases can flow but solids do not, as gaps in solid molecules is less and molecular force of attraction is very strong. B. A gas fills up the space available to it. Answer. B. Intermolecular force of attraction is least and intermolecular spaces are very large. Hence, gases can fill up the space available to them. C. The odor of scent spreads in the room. Answer. C. Scent fumes, molecules being gases, fill the spaces between air molecules, and the molecules of air fill the spaces between scent molecules due to diffusion. Fumes spread into a room. Or other answer can be due to intermixing of scent molecules and air molecules, scent fumes spread into the room. D. We can walk through air. Answer. The molecules of air are far apart, that is large gaps, and we can walk through air easily. E. Liquids have definite volume but no definite shape. Answer. E. The molecules of liquid are loosely packed and intermolecular force of attraction is small, but number of molecules in it remain the same. Hence liquids have definite volume but no definite shape. Question 25. Give reasons. A. When a teaspoon of sugar is added to half a glass of water and stirred, the water level in the glass does not rise. Answer A. Add 1 teaspoon of sugar to it and stir. The sugar disappeared, but the level of water in the glass does not rise. That means the volume of water has not increased because the sugar particles are adjusted between the water particles. Thus, this shows that there are intermolecular gaps in water. Question B. When an empty gas jar is inverted over a gas jar containing a colored gas, the gas also spreads into the empty jar. The answer will be discussed on the next page. And the question C is, a red ink drop added to small amount of water in a glass turns water red in some time. So let's do B and C answers now. Let's flip the page and read the give reasons for B and C. B. Answer. This shows that gases can fill up all the space that they get, and they have neither a fixed shape nor a fixed volume. They have no free surfaces either. C. If we put a drop of red ink in a glass of water, its particles diffuse with particles of water slowly but continuously, and the water turns red. Question 26. Differentiate between the following liquids and gases. A. Answer. Liquids and gases. Liquids have definite volume but no definite shape. Gases have a definite shape or volume. Liquids. Intermolecular force of attraction is weaker than that in solids. Gases' intermolecular force of attraction is the weakest, almost negligible. Liquids. Molecules are not as tightly packed as in solids, and intermolecular space is more than that in solids. Gases. Intermolecular space is the maximum and the molecules are far apart. Liquids. Molecules have no fixed position. Gases. Molecules move around freely. Liquids can be compressed slightly, are capable of flowing. So gases can be easily compressed, can flow in all directions. Next difference is B. Atoms and molecules. Answer. Atoms. Number 1, it is smallest part of an element. Number 2, it does not have independent existence. Molecules. Number 1, it is the smallest part of a compound. Number 2, it has an independent existence. Objective type questions are given to you. Number 1, fill in the blanks. A. Water is a matter because it has mass and occupies space. B. Any matter which has a definite volume but no definite shape is called a liquid. Fluid can flow. C. D. The molecules are at a greater distance in gases compared to liquids. So the darker and highlighted are the blanks. E. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. F. The physical state of a substance which has a fixed volume but no fixed shape is liquid. G. All matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms. H. Liquids have a definite volume. I. The temperature at which a liquid boils is called the boiling point of that liquid. J. Molecules in a solid are packed very closely. K. Liquids have no definite shape. L. When a gas is cooled, its molecules lose energy. M. Matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. Next is write whether the following statements are true or false. A. Only water can exist in 3 different states. Answer is true. B. If the container in which a gas is collected has an opening, the gas will flow out and spread itself indefinitely. Answer is true. C. Solids have the largest intermolecular space. False. D. There is no difference between evaporation and boiling. False. E. All solids on heating first change to the liquid and then to the gaseous state always. Answer is false. F. The intermolecular force of attraction is the weakest in gases. True. G. A gas has no free surface. Answer is true. H. Intermolecular force of attraction is greater in gases than in liquids. Answer is false. 2. Write true or false for each statement. Rewrite the false statements correctly. A. Matter cannot exist in different states. Answer is false. Matter can exist in different states. B. If the intermolecular space is more than the intermolecular force will be weaker. Answer is true. C. Solids and liquids can flow. Answer is false. Gases and liquids can flow. Solids cannot flow. Next is D. Solids can be compressed easily. Answer is false. Solids cannot be compressed easily. E. The smallest part of an element capable of independent existence is called an atom. Answer is true. F. The intermolecular space in a gas is almost negligible. Answer is false. The intermolecular space in a gas is very large. 3. For each of the following statements, say whether it describes a solid, a liquid, or a gas. A. Particles move about very quickly. B. Particles are quite close together. C. Particles are far apart and move in all directions. Answer is A is liquid, B is solid, and C is gas. Match the following. Let's match column A with column B. A is solids. Answer is any number of free surfaces. B is sublimation, change of state from solids to gas. C is boiling point, the temperature at which a liquid changes into a gaseous state. D. Gases can flow in all directions. E. Intermolecular space is the gaps between particles. Next is match the columns 2. Answer is iron and gold are metals. Melting is the change from solids to liquid. Intermolecular space is the space between the molecules. Compound is the pure substance, and gases is the molecules are very far apart. Question number 5. Name the phenomenon which causes the following changes. A. Formation of water vapor from water is vaporization. B. Disappearance of camphor is sublimation. Next is C. Conversion of ice into water is melting. D. Conversion of water into steam is boiling. 6. Give 2 examples for each of the following. A. Substances which sublime. Examples are naphthalene, camphor, dry ice. B. Substances which do not change their states, paper and sugar. C. Substances which are rigid and not compressible. Answer is glass, stone, pen. And here are the multiple choice questions listed for you, and the highlight one is the answer to the question. And for the last one, gases, the answer is occupy the entire space of the container, and the rest, the highlighted part, is the answer. For number 10, answer is gases occupy the entire space of the container. Thank you so much, children. Happy learning.